Who are the Semitic people? What is real anti-Semitism and what is fake anti-Semitism? How do Semitic languages sound like? What are the modern version of anti-Semitism in which nobody talks about? Hey guys, welcome to Understanding Humans, and in this video you are going to understand this complex issue that has caused controversial and misunderstanding throughout the globe. And make sure to like and subscribe to help this video navigate the ruthless YouTube algorithm, and comment if you want to correct me or have any questions. So before I start this question, let us firstly understand what or who is a Semite. The term Semitic people refers to a group of people who share a common linguistic heritage known as the Semitic languages. Semitic languages belong to the Afro-Asiatic language family and are characterized by similar grammatical structures and vocabulary, in which you can hear the Semitic sounds later in the video. So, the Semitic people speak Semitic languages including Arabic, Hebrew, Aramaic, Maltese, and South Semitic languages including modern Saudi Arabian languages such as Mehri, Shehri, Sakotri, Harsusi, and modern Ethiopian languages such as Amharic and Tigray, etc. etc. So, let's start with the origins of the Semitic languages. The Semitic languages first emerged around 3000 BCE in the Levant region, present-day Palestine, Jordan, and Syria. Scholars believe the people who spoke these early dialects descended from those who had inhabited the Fertile Crescent since Mesopotamian times, and these people are the forefathers of the Semitic languages. But the Semitic languages came from the Afro-Asiatic languages of today. And these Proto-Afro-Asiatic speakers are known as the Levant Fama or the Natufians. These people spoke Proto-Afro-Asiatic languages, and through their migration all over the Middle East and North and East Africa, the Afro-Asiatic language became widespread and evolved into the modern Afro-Asiatic languages that we know today. Some of the oldest and most historically significant Semitic group include the Akkadians of Mesopotamia, who created one of the earliest empires and the first code of laws. In Canaan, early Canaanites and Hebrew tribes settled in the eastern Mediterranean, while Phoenicians founded city-states along the coast such as Carthage, establishing a naval dominance across the Mediterranean. And from the 9th century BCE, Arabic culture flourished as trade routes developed. Arabian groups like the Manians, Sabaeans, and Kedarites thrived in what is now Yemen and the rest of the Arabian Gulf. Their inscriptions contain some of the earliest traces of the Arabic languages and Southwest Semitic origin. And in the 7th century CE, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, rose in Mecca, preaching revelation received in Arabic, and that formed the basis of the Quran. The Arabian tribes converted and spread Islam rapidly, establishing a caliphate that assimilated other Semitic people in their languages and culture. This process is called Arabization, and the languages such as Sabaic and ancient Semitic languages spoken by the Yemeni people, ancient Egyptians and other Mesopotamian and Levantine languages such as Phoenician and other Canaanite languages, and also ancient Hebrew. And FYI, the Arabs are not the only players in the region to assimilate people into their culture. I mean, the Arabs found the Canaanite speaking a Romanized version of the Canaanite language, and also found the Egyptian speaking a Hellenized version of the ancient Egyptian language called Coptic, in which is still alive today. And the North Africans are speaking a now extinct Romance language. So historically, the Semitic people have been associated with the ancient Semitic speaking civilizations of the Middle East, such as the Akkadians, Assyrians, Babylonians, Phoenicians, Kedarites, Himyarites, Sabaeans, Minoans, and the ancient Hebrews. The term Semitic is often used in a broader sense to refer to both the ancient and modern Semitic-speaking peoples. So, the modern descendants of the Semitic people includes Arabs across the Middle East and North Africa, such as modern-day Egyptians, North African Arabs, and all the Arabs in the Middle East. And non-Arab Semites include the Jews, Arameans or Assyrians, Maltese, and the South Semitic peoples such as the Amharas, Tigrayans, and modern South Arabians. So, guys, these people have a shared linguistic and sometimes genetic heritage. And so, what is the real anti-Semitism and what is the fake anti-Semitism? Let's start with the real anti-Semitism. These include racist stereotyping, prejudice, religious intolerance, hostility, targeting, harassment, denial of identity, or the experience of oppression of a Semitic group, and in which, in case of the Jewish history in Europe, it has manifested historically in irrational scapegoating of Jews, conspiratorial myths like Judeo-Bolshevism, denial of citizenship rights, pogroms, and the Holocaust. These are the forms of anti-Semitism in which it is bad and very evil. And sadly, nowadays that word is used in a fraud-like manner, in what I call fake anti-Semitism. Fake anti-Semitism is being afraid to be labeled as anti-Semite and allowing a Zionist movement in which it is an ethno-national movement which doesn't represent all Jews, and have it allowed to commit countless human rights violations such as countless war crimes against a besieged group of Semites, ethnic cleansing another Semitic group, aka the Palestinian people, and trying to dehumanize other Semitic groups such as the Palestinians. And the funny thing is, Israel is calling rabbis Holocaust survivors and the people who lost a family member during the Hamas attack anti-Semite, because they support ceasefire and the liberation of the Palestinian people from the Israeli occupation. I mean, just listen to what Malcolm X has to say about this.
Are you anti-Semitic?
Anti-Semitic?
Many of the things that I've read about you, and you've made a mention a couple of times about the Jews and everything, and I'm wondering if you are personally anti-Semitic.
No. How can I be anti-Semitic when the Arabs are half the Muslim world is Semitic? If I was anti-Semitic, I'd be anti-Arab and anti-everything else. No, I think that in this country, there's one mistake that the Jews make. They put themselves in a position where whenever anybody gives an objective analysis of the role that they play, they defend themselves by accusing you of being anti-Semitic. And a Negro is not anti-Semitic when he says that the man who's exploiting him in his community is white, because it is a white man who owns all the stores. Now, is it an accident that these whites who own these stores are Jewish? If it's an accident, then the fact that he says the Jew on the corner is exploiting me isn't an anti-Semitic statement. It's just more descriptive of the man who's exploiting him.
So these guys is a fake version of anti-Semitism, and it's like telling a Ukrainian or if he or she is anti-white racist because he or she doesn't like the Russian aggression in Ukraine. It's the same thing to a Semitic group called the Arabs. The Arabs can't be called an anti-Semite because they don't like the Israelis. Because of the Israeli brutality it has committed against the innocent Palestinian civilians. And before we end this video, let's just listen to how Semitic languages sound.
بعد تدشين ثاني مركز للقاحات كورونا في السعودية، انطلقت اليوم حملة التطعيم ضد الفيروس في محافظة جدة.
كاميرا MBC رصدت لحظات بدء العملية بمركز اللقاحات هناك، وزميل نزار العالي معه التفاصيل.
أهلا بكم. أفادت مصادر دبلوماسية خليجية أن القمة الخليجية المقبلة ستعقد في العاصمة السعودية الرياض في يناير المقبل. هذا ويقترب عمر مجلس التعاون الخليجي من 4 عقود.
المزيد مشاهدينا في تقرير مراسل التاسعة من جدة سامي جميل لنتابع.
በድጋሚ አብራችሁን ቆዩ። ወደ መጀመሪያው ዜና ሳልፍ በኦሮሚያ ክልል በግብርናው ዘርፍ የገበያ ትስስር አለመፈጠርና በአንዳንድ አካባቢዎች ደግሞ የግብዓት እጥረት እንዳለ ተገልጿል። ይህ የተገለጸው የተወካዮች ምክር ቤት የግብርና ጉዳዮች ቋሚ ኮሚቴ በኦሮሚያ ክልል በግብርናው ዘርፍ ቅኝት አድርጎ የምልከታውን ውጤት ለክልሉ የግብርና ቢሮ አመራሮች ባቀረበበት ወቅት ነው። የኩታ ገጠም የአስተራረስ ዘዴ፣ የበጋ መስኖ ስራና የአመራር ቁርጠኝነት ደግሞ በክልሉ ጠንካራ አፈጻጸም የታየባቸው መሆኑ በቋሚ ኮሚቴው ሪፖርት ቀርበዋል። በዚህ ጉዳይ ላይ አስማረ ብርሃን ያጠናቀረው ዘገባ ለተካት እንመለስ።
حبن حلفوا محابركم كتنحي سناي مكتل من اسي تግራይ بتمكحتኛታት ጽዑቅ ፖለቲካዊ ጸቅጢ ከይረብረቦ ዝገበሮ ፖለቲካዊ ንቕሓትን ብስለትን ቃልሲ ዕውት መንባሩ ምክትል ርዕሰ ምሕዳር ትግራይ ዶክተር ደብረጽዮን ገብረሚካኤል ኣብ ማሕበራዊ ድሕረ ገጾም ገሊጾም ዶክተር ደብረጽዮን ገብረሚካኤል መንእሰይ ትግራይ እቲ ኩነታት ምስ ተፈጠረ እሙን ፈጻሚ ሕድሪ ሰማዕታት ትግራይ ምዃኑ ብግብሪ ዘመስከረሉ ዓመት ነይሩ ኢሎም ዳሞራ ያሕያ
ואנחנו עם קצת חדשות מהעתיד. בקרוב, אולי, לפחות בתיאוריה, נרגיש הקלה בכאוס התורים להוצאה וחידוש של דרכונים. שרון עידן כתבנו לענייני תעופה ותחבורה. ערב טוב.
אהלן ליאל, זה היה נשמע כמו חדשות בדיוניות כמעט מה שיצא לך.
תשמע, אני קטנת אמונה, אבל בכל זאת אני אשאל אותך כמה בקרוב אנחנו אמורים להרגיש את ההקלה הזאת ואיך זה אמור להתבצע. חזרנו, ולסיום, השכנה שלנו ירדן נכנסה בכל הכוח למרוץ חדש. הירדנים מייבאים בטירוף מכוניות חשמליות, הם מנסים להתגבר בכך על הזינוק במחירי הדלק. כתב דסק הערבים עמרי חיים עם הנתונים שוברי השיאים.
شينو بشلومو محاثو برشمويوثو إيقورم لا ولي أنا بندو عميدا إشلادو ديسو هتو نورا حنا لبث خبوري دا السهدي وسيم سلوثو تزويوحو علي روحيدا ومير ميلي مشارر علي رابوثو تدبيحوثو دياثتو سريتو أغو نسطيتو مطاكس لي أموت بوت سوريا ديمقراطيتو مسد هيرغو دونو قوشو بيمدي ثد منبج عالسبوثو حاثي فوليتيقوي بفنيثو وتأثير تكوتوريلي علوغر بيومدن حد سوريا ومشارلن أم طيبوني دي ترميثو دي مدبرونو ثيثيتو هيايو وشبيلو دشرو دوقت رد سوريا.
أرز أخبار تابعكم أزهيتي تفاصيل أخبار قلن حلفتو. رئيس السياسة أفورقي بعزومة رئيس تشاينا شي جين بين من يوم 4 مايو دي بجمهورية تشاينا لوديا زيارة انتهت ماما يوم العصر عدا أقبلام. كاس هي بحريات دي بمديريات حلحل وحمل مالو كبتة وقل اندقب أتقلو للتلال هلا تفاصيله من فاتنا اسماعيل اقل تقدم قلناتو.
Senaddu issa l-ġabra ta' inċidenti ta' traffiku li seħħu fil-Gżejjer Maltin fl-ħar 24 sija fejn fost oħrajn raġel ta' 55 sena sofra ġrej gravi wara illi kien involut f'inċident fil-Marsa d-Dettalin. Għaddu issa arrati tal-kambju lira sterlina kif ukoll id-dollaru Amerikan baqgħu fl-istess livelli ta' euro 15 ċentesmu u 93 ċentesmu rispettivament. Id-dollaru Kanadiż naqas b'ċentesmu għal 68 ċentesmu fil-waqt li dak Awstraljan baqgħu 61 ċentesmu. Fek ġejna fit-tmiem l-aħbarijiet finanzjarji miġjuba lilkom il-Bank of Valletta ma fadal li xejn aktar xnejdilkom ħlif li nirringrazzjakom tal-attenzjoni u nixtieqilkom il-kumplament tas-serata tajba. Nsellmilkom.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching and until next time, stay curious.